5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We have ignition. Strap in. You're about to listen to the hottest sounds in the mix. In the mix.
Hey everyone, happy Saturday. It's your girl Nina Monique, and I am here with a very, very special guest. She and I talk on the phone all the time. She have her own business. She helps me get through a lot, drop in a whole lot of advice and knowledge, and I greatly appreciate talking to her. I met her through another friend of mine, Natasha Nurse, and first I met Marsha through my old website where I have my own clothing line, and it's called Nina Monique Voluptuous Boutique, and she submitted her story. And when I read it, I was like, oh my God, like, this is so me, especially coming out of the financial industry and just breaking off into starting her own business called Women on the Rise. And we're going to talk to Miss Marsha Guerrier today. Finally, thank you for coming on. So, Marsha. Yes.
You know, I've been behind the scenes on radio, but this is awesome. Thank you for having me.
No, thank you for coming. I greatly appreciate it. I want everyone to know about you. Like, how did you get started with Women on the Rise? What made you start Women on the Rise? Some of the challenges and obstacles that you came across in corporate America where you said, you know what, it's time for me to do my own thing. And from those experiences, how did it flow over and influence Women on the Rise?
A lot of questions.
I'm sorry.
Let me start with, hello, thank you for having me on your show. I am Marsha Guerrier. I'm the founder of Women on the Rise NY, and we're thank you. A studio audience in the back. Women on the Rise is a coaching, consulting firm for small businesses. Mm-hmm. We help women who are either looking to rise in their career or start and grow a business. Mm-hmm. And oftentimes we do that in a number of ways. We do it with one-on-one coaching. We do it with group masterminds. And our signature program or event is the annual Women on the Rise Farm and Expo, right?
Yes.
Many years ago, so as you said, I've been in investment services in the financial industry, working primarily on the tech side in what they used to call MIT.
Yes.
Oh, Lord, let me not use myself, but MIT. MIT, the IT department. And from there, I continuously moved up in rank. I worked for large corporations. I worked for small startups. And I found that I got most excited working for the startups, because the startups would then grow into something major, get sold, bought out, and then I'd be like, ooh, somebody making money, but it's not me. You know, so I realized I was helping the rich get rich. I used my skills as an analyst. I was working as a business analyst. You know, throughout the years, I had held different titles. Started off as a trade desk girl. Writing, you know, I don't really want to age myself, but we were typing what were called blotters back then, before the fintech industry really took off. We had to manually keep all our records on trading desks. So I was the person manually, and then slowly as systems became more popular, because I was the person doing it manually, I became the person that they had as the expert go-to person for systems. So to help them really build out the system, understand what the user like me would want. And then so I kept growing in that area and have worked on the IT side of the fintech industry.
Okay.
Something I probably don't even talk about, that I am a woman in STEM. I don't talk about that a lot, but it is something that is a big part of my story. So I'm watching myself help all these rich people getting rich.
Yes.
With all my skills, and I credit their success to me. right?
Nothing wrong with that.
And after a while, I was like, I know so many people. I have so many friends that are entrepreneurs or that are looking to start businesses and take their little side hustles or their, hobbies into bigger businesses. I myself tried a lot of businesses.
Not by yourself. I did that.
We did everything.
Yes.
I was writing resumes. I was the go-to person for people for advice and mentorship and coaching anyway. So I said, hey, why can't I take the skills that I developed in corporate America? And I'm still in corporate America. I still work full-time in the fintech space for my company. But I enjoy the work of helping average, regular people that are not rich find their way through what is financial freedom for themselves.
Right.
So I started with the first ever Women on the Rise Forum and Expo, where we wanted to really celebrate people that had small businesses. We wanted to bring other women in a room, in a forum where they can talk about entrepreneurship, talk about struggles in the career, especially African American women.
Yes.
Give them some type of motivation, positivity, education, give them the resources, tell them how strategically they should be working the room, getting into the room, having a seat at the table. And it really has grown from there. I realized too, in part of when I was deciding I wanted to help others, I was dealing with my own struggles.
Yes.
With women.
Yes.
In the
the
fintech industry, in the financial services industry, on Wall Street, in the banking industry. I was finding that, because I've been there for a long time. It's been over 20 years.
Yes.
So I came up in a time when women were secretaries. I was the file clerk. We didn't have
I've been there.
big jobs, right? There weren't no executive jobs. There weren't any management roles for women, and certainly not women of color.
Right.
Not minority women, right? So then,
I agree.
as the whole thing shifted and women started demanding more, and they wanted to give us more, they started to, I watched as the men would pit us against each other for the roles, the one single role that's available.
They still do it too.
They sure do. It ain't no.
Yep.
Who go fight for it? And then you would see, sadly, the women that knew how to use their womanhood to get the job. When you're sitting here and you're trying to really show your value and show them why you're qualified for the job. So then you had I personally had the struggles with other women that were that type.
Right.
That were the backstabbing type. That was the type that was
the gossipers.
I like a little gossip. We like coffee time.
Right.
But the people that would lie or try to discredit you so that they could advance.
Yep.
Ultimately, it ain't gonna last long. Can we curse on this show?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Do we got senses?
When I have my his name is Sean. Whenever he come on, he curse, and then I'll be like, Sean, and he's like, I'm sorry. So go ahead.
I curse privately.
Yes,
I try not
me
to
too.
curse publicly on a public forum like that.
It's okay, because life right now it make you curse. Right. So go ahead. Girl, get it off your chest.
Girl, watch the news. You beat. What did she wear? What did she wear yesterday? What was that?
God.
Beep.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
So from that, I realized I needed a positivity group. I needed to build some type of organization or some type of forum for women to come together and tell each other to stop.
Yes.
Stop this mess. It's them against us, not us against us.
I like that. That is very important. Yes.
They don't remember that. And I'm not saying I'm not a man basher. I love men. I'm not against men. I understand that they're viable to my success. I understand that today they're important in where I am in my life. But at the same time, we forget that we need to build each other up.
We always knock each other down. Always. I see it all everywhere. The time.
And people ask me, so why do you women are now like having all these groups, and you have these like women only meetings and women only events and things. Why? I said, because we got to remind each other to support each other. Historically, naturally, everyone, women and men, support men.
Man's world.
It's a man's world.
Yep.
It comes natural for anyone to support a man, but it has to be taught. We have to remind people to support women, and that pisses me off.
Whenever I go to like events and everything, the biggest thing that I learned, like you said, is that the way we're conditioned, we're always conditioned. We was conditioned to think that, you know, we always have to support the man, and the women, we, you know, have to be catty towards each other. And
it's such a condition that is no longer a condition. That's the sad part. We're so conditioned to it that it really isn't. People, what you mean I'm conditioned? Anyone condition me? But I know he could do the job, so I got his back. So
it's true. Like,
I'm not sure she could do this. Is she man enough to do the job? What is man enough to do the job?
Everything give you the
1-2 look. Ooh.
Yep.
Really?
Yep. Oh man, I see it all the time.
All of this in my mind, and you know, I always say it's a reason why I was born in the 70s and not before that. They'd have got me, because I would have been on the march. But the funny thing is,
I always say that. Always.
To that same point, I'm not a person that you will see today marching, because I'm claustrophobic. I'm scared of crowds. So you won't really see me out there with signs picking in, but so I use my voice through Women on the Rise and all of these movements. That's how I use my voice. You won't see me out there, right? But I try to make a difference in the fight that we're all fighting today by the things that I do through Women on the Rise, hosting my event, and bringing people information, tools, and resources they need to just take their idea into something bigger.
I agree. Like, that's what I love about your organization, because as we were speaking on the phone too, and I told you how for me, I was, you know, I personally feel being in corporate America, I should be a little bit more out there, but being in corporate America, I become a little bit more reserved also.
That's another condition.
Yes.
So my friends tell me when I go on live, if you see any of my lives,
we're going to talk about that, because I wanted to touch on those.
They're like, you're so prim and proper, and you're so, you know, I hate that, you know, some people might say, oh, you speak white. I don't know. I don't get that, but I don't try to perpetuate that. I speak
be
the
yourself.
way I speak. I'm it's not. But, so, you know, I could cut up. Like I said, I could curse. But
and she be singing. She be singing. She be coming in, hello. I can't. Don't ever ask me to do a concert.
I don't know. I'm gonna do 2 hours straight with no break for me to. I'm like, boop, 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 boop. We gonna play some music in the background. We got no rights to any of it, but we gonna play it. I can't have a conversation with you. I'm cracking you up.
I love being in the room with someone that I'm comfortable with and that I have things in common with, because then it's more of a conversation.
Right.
So
and same here. So, you know, before I'm like, oh Lord, what we gonna talk about?
Women on the Rise, because you got a whole lot going on with Women on the Rise. You really do. And I'm happy for you, and I'm proud of you, and I just wish you continued success with everything that you do, and I want you to keep shining with it.
Thank you so much. Is that the end of the show?
No,
Goodbye.
no, I just wanted to put that out there.
I appreciate that.
I wanted to talk to you about your live videos that you do on Facebook. I was part of one, and then you had one with Kim Sutter.
I know, my Kim. Are you out there, Kim? Let's tag Kim on here.
I had so much fun watching that video because it enlightened me onto so many different things.
Yes.
Especially having a business and leaving that legacy.
Yes.
You are a mom. What kind of legacy do you want to leave for your child besides being?
First of all, let's shout out Kim and let
yes.
we're gonna give her credit for what I've learned about legacy and what you learned on that show, right? So let's just say let's just tell everybody who's watching who Kim taught us that we all leave a legacy. We start off leaving an unconscious legacy, and that legacy unconsciously is whether you are a Christian family household mom or dad, or an alcoholic, or a loud talker, whatever it is that you bring into the home, whoever you are, that personality, that oh, that's just mom, you know how mom is, that is a legacy.
Yes.
You know grandma, she gonna cook up something good. You know big mama, she gonna tear your butt up if you do X, Y, Z.
Yeah.
Those are legacies that you're leaving. What happens, and what she made us aware of, is that oftentimes we, in the African American community, we don't consider that to be a legacy, and the impact that legacy is really leaving behind.
Right.
And how that behaviors, being the legacy, form the behaviors of your children and your children's children, and what your child does to them, right? And so
it's like an impression. Like
right? Because when you think about legacy, all you're saying is what will somebody remember of you? What will you leave behind for past generations to know you of? And we all sit around and listen to stories. We were just listening to stories a couple of weeks ago with my mom and her sisters. They found letters that they wrote to their parents transitioning from Haiti, because we're from Haiti. Well, they're from Haiti. I'm from here. To America. Their dad, my granddad, came first, and then they would write him letters. I got the quarter you sent me. It was so cute. But I digress. But it helped me start to think about what legacy am I really building, and what am I really trying to? What's the purpose of all this that I do? Women on the Rise. The business I also have a foundation called the Eva Jordan Foundation. The things that we're doing and trying to leave behind, right? So, what was the question? Legacy.
Yes.
Legacy. Jay-Z.
Yeah.
Shout out. Oh, she said I always talk loud. You told the people I'm always singing. Legacy.
Yeah.
Legacy,
see, she got caught. She got caught.
That's so funny. I can't help myself.
That is, when I was listening to that video, I was like, oh my God,
it
wow.
It was like an aha and a wow.
Yes. Because I understood everything she was saying, and for my own personal life, I was able to see, the things that were a legacy from my family, like with my grandmother running her business. That was the legacy that she left me, go out there and start your business.
Right.
And she taught me how to, no matter what, you always be yourself.
Right.
So that's what she left me. And when Kim was talking about it, I was like, oh my God, like, She just,
you don't think about it. You just be like, Grandma made the best potato salad at the family picnic. You don't think about really what they're teaching you.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
It's so funny because it's taken me longer. Like I said, I've started. Can I be honest? I've started and stopped several businesses. Right? And if I knew now what I knew then, I'd be rich. But everybody has a path, and I'm walking in mine. I've only recently in my life, maybe 5 years, I don't know, that I learned that my dad's parents were entrepreneurs in Haiti. I didn't know. How did I not know that? Why isn't that? And then sometimes our families don't teach us about our legacies. That's real talk. That's like for real. No, we don't talk about his side of the family anymore. Oh no, we don't talk about that no more. Little JoJo, you seen the movies?
Yes, it's oh, like I said, that video touched on so many things, and it just left me sitting there after the video. I just sat there and she really got me thinking about this. Yeah. She really had me thinking about this.
And what's great about after you hear that and after you learn that and after you really think about it, you're going to shift.
Yes, that's what happened.
You're going to make a shift.
That's what happened.
You're going to shift what you thought your legacy or the legacy that your family left you. You're going to now start shifting and trying to find the best part of the legacy, because there's layers.
Yes.
Right? There's layers.
Yes.
So now you're like, oh snap. You're thinking about it. So you're trying to find the parts of the legacy where you weren't connected to before, right? You want to expand your mind, expand the things that you know about the past.
Right.
And now you get to reshape the future.
Yes.
And that's why therapy is good. Therapy is some good stuff. Because
I did that years ago, and I want to go back so bad.
It's important.
Yes.
It's super important. I tried it. It didn't work for me. So I just talked to my friends. I do. I tried it. And I'm like.
Do you find that your live talks are therapy for you?
I know. Sometimes, do you remember Oprah when Oprah used to say, I do my show for me. Yeah. The things I do on this show, the people I bring on, I do it so I get something. It's because it's my interest. Yes. Absolutely. There's not one guest that hasn't blessed me. Yep. There's not one person I haven't had on there that I strategically picked. Even in the 4 years that I've done the Forum and Expo, all of my speakers were handpicked. All of my speakers, I watch, I visit I go to other conferences. I'm looking at and learning from people, and I'm like, okay, people need to learn from her. Yes. People need to learn from him, because it's not just women I've had on the stage, but yes, I'm receiving what they're putting down. I'm getting it. And I need other people to hear about this too, and what they have to bring to the table. So yes, shout out to Kim Sutter. Whoop, whoop.
And we have one of your ambassadors checking in too.
Hey, come here, Rivers. Come here, how you doing? Hello. Yes, I'm a Women Rise ambassador. Yes, the show I can't even say.
Yes, the show. Yes, show the world who you are as a woman, a person.
Absolutely. Yes. Absolutely.
Yes. You touched on something else too, where you said you handpick people.
I do,
because you learning something from them, and that's how I structure my show. Also, I want people, because the biggest thing for me is in corporate America, I always hear people say, this isn't how I want to live my life anymore. This is what I want to do. I want to go out here, but I don't have the time. I don't have the money. I don't know how. And I'm like, the first thing you have to do is stop saying, I don't know.
I don't have. I don't know.
Exactly.
Did you see my post this morning on Facebook? Did you see it?
Yes.
Stop it.
Yes.
Stop saying you want to quit your job tomorrow. You can't quit your job tomorrow.
Yep.
Stop letting yourself get to the point of no return where you feel a rage where you have to leave a job. Sometimes you can't leave a job. I said that this week too.
Yep.
Sometimes you can't leave a job, but what you can do are a couple of things. I talked about it this week on my page. One, this is easier said than done without doing the work, but once you do the work, you're gonna be like, wow. Change your mindset.
Yes.
Change your own mindset.
I had to do
that.
The
people still gonna be crazy, whether you're in this place or that place. Because if you have a mindset that is always looking at what people doing to you, always looking for validation in other people, always looking for external factors to please you. Right. You're never going to make it. You're never going to be happy. Even in your own business, even as an entrepreneur, no matter what you do, because clients are going to say no. Forget clients. You're not going to get a client. So if you're looking for that external validation all the time, whether it's a career, whether it's entrepreneurship, go hang it up.
Yep.
Hang it up. I don't know what you're gonna do. I can't advise you then. You need to shift your mindset. Understand what intrinsic, internal values you have that'll make you happy.
Right. Yep.
Love yourself. I hear that, but I don't. It's not about love yourself. I'm not a love yourself feely person, but change your mindset. Make sure that you are happy with you. And I go to work, I don't know how they feel about me because I could care less. I know they don't love me. I'm what they call a disruptor. I'm my job now, in my actual job today, I'm a test engineer. So I am there to tell them what's wrong.
Right.
And they don't like me. They don't gotta like me. I mean, we love each other, but they get upset because I'm there to tell them it's broken.
Right.
I'm there to tell them, go back to the drawing board. You miss your deadline. And people don't want to hear that, right?
Right.
They don't want to be honest. They're not working in, integrity at some time. So I have to break it down for them.
Right.
And I love that I could take that skill and apply it to my coaching business.
Yes. That's one of the things I could definitely say that I took away from corporate, just learning how to interact with people, because if I wasn't in corporate, I wouldn't be doing this. But I knew I always wanted to do something in media, but if I wasn't in corporate, I wouldn't be doing this, because corporate taught me how to be quick, and it taught me how there are people different than you, and you have to learn to adjust and adapt. Yes. To change. Yes. Girl. Oh. You get a new system every day. I feel sorry. I work with so many people that they're stuck in a rut. They don't like change. And then they're like, we gotta move locations. Yes. We gotta change seats. We gotta do this, and then they become angry with the company. Child, we gotta grow. You think these people in corporate America are trying to stay small? No. You as an entrepreneur, you should understand that your point and your purpose should be that you want to be corporate. The purpose of entrepreneurship is not to stay small. It is to become corporate. And to grow, you want to be able to give people jobs, right? Yep. What do you do? What are you doing as an entrepreneur if you're not in the long term looking to employ people, looking to build and grow something really big and phenomenal, right? Look at the Ring. Do y'all know the Ring, the doorbell? Sorry, I was just look at this in here. They just got bought $1 billion. We watched them get rejected and sent to the elevators from the sharks. But everybody got one now. Now they got the Ring light fixtures. Now everybody wants to be and develop their own camera outdoor fixture. Right. You know? Yep. You don't want to be the Ring? You don't think they employ dozens or hundreds? I don't know how many they have, but they're a corporation now. Yeah. That's not small. It takes just that one idea that you think won't get anywhere, but it will if you keep at it. Keep at it. Yep. Yeah, I think for me, the hardest thing was just realizing that I can do whatever it is that I want to do, because I've been, as we said before, conditioned to think that my life is just supposed to be for corporate America. And I'm like, no, that's not how it's supposed to be.
Right.
It's not. And you kind of be nervous to step out there and see and test the waters and everything. And then because you're so used to being, working for someone else, when you get that rejection, you're like, okay, I don't think I'm going to do it. I'm going to just step back now.
Yeah.
And like you said, I had businesses also that I pushed to the side because that rejection.
Right. You're not equipped. We're not equipped for it. Even if you don't start off as an entrepreneur in corporate America, when you get that bad review.
Yeah.
Oh man. When you get passed up for that promotion, you're like, oh man. All right, let me just sit here and be nothing. And do what, and then it slows your progress down.
Yes,
it slows you down.
Yes,
because now you believe in the craziness they keep saying that all these bad things. First of all, they make that up so they don't give you no money.
Yep, I learned all, girl.
They make all that stuff up about you. You can't believe what people tell you.
No,
you got to know what God has destined for you.
Yes,
point blank.
Yes. And from those experiences that you just mentioned, I said, I'm going to start something, Nina Monique, the radio show. And I'm going to have people like yourself on here come on and talk about these things.
I love it. Thank you for having me.
Because you have to know your worth. I think that's the biggest thing throughout life. You have to know your worth, and you have to know what you deserve. And you have to believe in whatever it is that you want to do. Because if you don't believe in it, nobody else will. So it's like you are, in a way, your own salesperson, because and you're representing yourself. And if you can't do it, then people just going to overlook you.
Yeah.
And I think for me, that was mostly what was going on through my corporate adventure or journey, whatever you want to call it.
Right.
So I just got tired of it, and I said, you know what? It's time for me to do something for me. It's time for me to do something that I enjoy, because I am a worthy person. I know what I deserve, and I want to help people feel the same way. So, yes.
Yeah,
I'm loving this conversation.
When do we get the break?
Oh. You want to go?
You got my emotions all high. Like, ooh. I'm like, oh, Lord, I'm in my feelings. I don't ever talk like this.
No.
I did a radio show on like broadcast radio, and I was like this. Hello, my name's Marsha, and I like to help women because I'm on the rise. But it was a big. She's a big time celebrity to me in my eyes. And radio personality. And I was like,
I think I know who you're talking about.
Toya.
Yes,
Toya
I was
Beasley.
on her show.
Oh,
Yeah.
you were? Were you nervous?
I wasn't, because when I went on there, I was actually already doing radio with the guy I mentioned earlier, Sean Montgomery. So I think the difference was, for me, now I'm on a show where all of New York and everywhere could hear me now. Yeah. So that part made me nervous, but I said, I'm going to shine. This is my opportunity.
That's right. I didn't take that. I was like, yes, we do a great thing in a conference. It's good. See you there.
Big shout out to Toya, too.
Big shout out to Toya Beasley.
I'm going to try and get her on here, too.
Yes,
definitely. And I'm going to have you come back. That would be dope.
Yes.
The three of us sit with her and be like, yeah, remember we was on your show?
She's awesome.
Yes.
She is awesome.
Yes.
And that, for me, having women like her, so people always ask me what my biggest advice is for women. Wherever you are in your life, make sure you have and you surround yourself with people on both sides of you.
Yes.
People that are above you and are doing great things, and you wish to one day be in the, in that level, and people below you, so you could help them. So you could be that mentor to them. So they're looking at you the way you're looking at Toya.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And I love that. That you have to give in order to receive.
Yes. Yes, that's a very true statement. Very true. I learned that a lot in life too. Everything you saying, girl.
Boop, boop, boop.
Girl.
My favorite.
Yes.
Beat,
yes.
Stop, beat.
So tell us about her singing. I told you.
I'm in public, people.
I told you.
Oh, Lord.
I told you. So tell us about your conference that's coming up. First, tell us
Crystal.
the date.
Hey, Terrian. Thanks for watching.
Tell us about your conference, starting with the date, and then I want to get into some more stuff.
The 5th annual Women on the Rise Forum and Expo happening on October 19th through 20th at the LaGuardia Plaza Hotel. The event is for and geared towards women who are trying to just rise up in their career and business. We're going to be bringing you career panelists and talking a panel and talking about the challenges we go through in our careers and how you could really help yourself stay grounded. Like I said, it's about you first, right? And we're going to be bringing you some business startup tools and resources. We're going to get you a lot of people right now, no matter what business you're in, it's all about social.
Yes. Oh, God, yes.
I don't care what you do. You bake cookies?
Social media.
You bake cookies? You need to be on social media.
Yes, yes.
Hello.
Yes.
It doesn't matter what you do. You have to be on social. So people are intimidated by it. Hello, I am. You wouldn't even know, would you?
Yep.
You do. You should know. People are intimidated by social, right? So we're bringing you experts that I personally think are dope, experts in their field, to bring you the resources and tools you need to up level your business, right? And we're also, what I love about this year, every year we try to do something new. We do something a little different. Last year, we introduced the Women on the Rise Small Business Pitch.
Yes.
Ain't no stopping me.
Yes.
I'm about to be a shark.
Tell us about that.
So the small business pitch last year, what we did was we had people submit their 2-minute video or 1-minute video, and we picked a small group, 3 women finalists, to come pitch live in front of our panel of judges, experts, again, people I believe that are experts in the fields of like sales, marketing, finance, and communications. And we're going to do that again this year. But this year, it's going a little bigger. We have partnered with HSN American Dreams. Whoop, whoop. Shout out HSN American Dreams for believing in the people. We partnered with HSN American Dreams. One of their star entrepreneurs, Lily Gilles Valette, will be our partner. They have a panel of entrepreneurs that they send out to events to search for the next big product in, I would say, for me, I don't know if this part is true, but Lily herself works very hard in support of minority-owned businesses. She is a Latina, and she is committed to supporting and elevating minority-owned businesses, and we're so super excited to have them bring their pitch event to the Forum and Expo. I met them because I was able to pitch to them at another event in New York, hosted by, shout out to Lucinda Cross at the Activate. That was her final conference last year. So I was fortunate enough to have been able to pitch to them. My product didn't get picked, but that didn't matter because I formed a relationship with them. That's the next thing we should talk about, right?
Yes.
Networking.
Yes.
Building building relationships, networking. So we'll talk about that more a little later on. But I'm so excited and so happy to be able to bring these type of resources to the Women on the Rise community.
Yes. When I was because you did a video and you was talking about everything that was going to be going on at the conference, and when you was talking about the pitch, I was like, that's dope. That's really dope because, like you said, you're giving opportunity for everyone to come and to pitch their business and also to get feedback.
Yes. Major part.
Yes. Because what we think is right, someone is like, let me help you brush up on this part.
Right. Yeah. Right. And some of the people we had last year, and we're hope to have another strong panel, they have presented in big rooms. Walmart, Goldman Sachs.
Yes.
They've been in places where you need to have it buttoned up.
Right.
You need to have it tight.
Right.
So the experts that we bring on board, they really truly are experienced in the areas that they lend their voice to and advice to. So it's amazing. We're still giving, so in connection with the HSN pitch, we're still giving our Women on the Rise small business pitch. That Women on the Rise small business pitch will go to someone we know needs a leg up. We give a small amount of money. It's not small. I shouldn't say small. It's small, but you know. What.
But it's enough to help.
But I declare that there's going to be a huge sponsor that will come before the conference to raise that money up for our community. But we do give them money, and we give them services in addition to that. They get some services. Last year, our design sponsor, Tiffany Winfrey of T-Smile Designs, she gave the ladies some design work. So I went through coaching with some of the ladies. So it's not just the money, they get the services.
Yes.
And they become part of the Women on the Rise community.
And that's very important to you know, besides the money, be able to pass on something else to help that individual. Absolutely. Because when the money go, and if you still didn't, you know, gain anything, it's like, what was...
We want to make sure you're going to use the money.
Exactly.
We don't tell you how to use it, but we want to make sure that you're continuing your business and you're continuing to grow in the area that you presented to us, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yep. And also with that, tell us about your ambassador program that you have with Women on
So
the
this is the
Rise.
first time we officially have ambassadors. I've always had team of champions behind me. You know, go, come to this. But this year we created a more formal ambassador program where we have a group of women that are excited to be a part of Women on the Rise and excited to share with their communities. A lot of them are from outside of New York, because we really want to be a global presence for women of color. We want to really open it up so that women all across the country will find, and in Canada. Last year we had women from Canada. Last year we had women from the Caribbean islands who attended the event. So we really want it to be something global. So our ambassadors now are really hitting the pavement with their communities, talking about entrepreneurship. So the program is not just about getting people to the events, is really helping them expand their businesses and talk about the importance of entrepreneurship and career development. Right. So our ambassadors are going through training of their own through us. We give them, motivational speeches and coaching with our speakers. Our speakers come in and give them some private tips just for them, and it's a really fun group.
And you also have the Women on the Rise group, which also offer the videos from women like Natasha.
Yes.
Where she was talking about social media and networking and stuff like that.
So Natasha Nurse is, shout out Natasha, is the director of business development for us. So she's really out here on social media, continuing to promote the brand and build up the brand so that people could hear about it. People could attend the event. She goes live for us. She's one of our partners. Her business, Just Room 8. She's a blogger. She is a what else does she do? Everything.
Social media guru.
She's a guru of all, right? Attorney by trade, but guru of all, right? So she has been amazing and has been bringing us so much content and rich content surrounding really loving yourself, confidence, and
which is what you really need in entrepreneurship.
Building your social media presence. She has a lot more things on the pipeline for the rest of the summer to share with everyone. So thank you, Natasha.
Yes. I was able to watch one of the videos that she did, and she was saying it's very important that you know how to network, not just for Women on the Rise, but for yourself.
Yeah. She is the
queen of networking.
The quintessential networker.
Yes.
When you're losing steam, she's got it for you.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, come on.
Yeah.
Come on. She's happy. She's exciting.
Mm-hmm.
She's excited. She loves talking to people.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you need that balance. Like, she's great for me because while I love to be social and I love talking to people, sometimes I don't.
Yeah. Yeah.
But somehow she always wants to.
Oh, yeah. I definitely can relate to that.
Natasha.
Yes. She was helping me with my social media and everything.
Yeah.
And I always like give her credit because if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be this far. Mm-hmm. Because
let's talk about that.
She pushed me into, you know, being confident and coming out and talking. And with social media, you know, when I didn't want to post, she's like, you have to post. Even she said, if you and I don't work together, I need you to be on top of what you're doing. Like, you have to post. You can't just have a Instagram and just sit there and
I get in trouble every week by Natasha. Natasha gets me every single week. I'm in trouble because I have homework, I have assignments.
Yes.
I have to be posting,
That's
stay engaged.
Natasha.
Where's your graphics? Where's your graphics?
Yes.
And I feel like I was doing good without her. Mm-hmm. But now I'm like, oh, maybe I wasn't doing that great. So I love the fact that we're talking about her and that bringing her up. What is key to not just talking about her, but the fact that we both have built a team. Mm-hmm. We both have found our resources to help us get to the next level.
Yes.
You can't do this alone. You shouldn't think you could do it alone. And you have to invest. And it's not always your friends. Mm-hmm. It's not always your family. People that's for free. You have to financially invest in yourself and your business. Mm-hmm. And even if it's not in regard to business, you better do it for yourself. And I'm not talking about just your hair and your nails. Mm-hmm. I'm talking about things that will enrich your life, right?
Yep.
Things that will give you mental space to invite other things like entrepreneurship into your life.
Yes.
Who needs to clean? Nobody needs to clean. There's people. There's small businesses that make a great living, and we need to support them because you also need. They're supporting you.
Yes.
They're supporting you because they created a business because everybody hate to clean. They created a business that everybody don't want to do to begin with.
Very true.
Right?
Yes.
They're supporting you by being in business. Mm-hmm. Support them by hiring them.
Exactly.
Hello. That's the one. Like when I get my clients and they're saying, "Well, I have so much to do." He's like, Shout out to the men out there watching Women on the Rise. Whoop, whoop. So the first thing I say is, okay, what can we take off your plate? Mm-hmm. I work with a lot of busy moms. I work with a lot of women with multiple hats, even if they're not a mom. Mm-hmm. Work, relationship, friends, organizations they belong to, charities that they, belong to, some with pets. Get a pet walker. Get a pet sitter.
Yes. Very true.
But you have to be out there. Mm-hmm. And some women, I hear a lot, well, I don't know what it is I want to do, but I feel like I'm something's burning inside of me.
I hear that all the time.
But I don't know what it is.
I'm one of those that's guilty of that.
They say something's burning inside of me, but I don't know what it is. All right, it's okay to not know what it is, but what are you doing to figure it out?
Exactly.
It's okay not to know. What are you doing to figure it out? Mm-hmm. You need to make sure that you're adding to your schedule, to your life, 5 different things in 5 different areas, and do them consistently for a short time till you figure out which one you like doing the most.
I had to do that. That was part of my journey.
People think it's manic.
No.
People think when I suggest that, they're like, anybody got time for that? Mm-mm. How am I going to manage that? Don't think about it. Just do it.
Yes.
Try multiple things on a consistent basis so you get a feel to know the results of, oh, I'm into that or I'm not into that.
Yep.
And then when you narrow it down,
what I went through,
one or two, you got the clothing line. Can we bring that back?
Yeah, I'm definitely going to bring it back. I'm just taking a little detour with this so that people will find out who I am and what I'm about. And then when the clothes come out, they'll be like, I like her and I like what she's about. Oh, yeah, I'm getting this.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. That's going to be awesome. I can't wait.
I was actually going to wear one of my dresses today, but I was like, it's cool outside. I don't feel like showing
it's
all that
winter.
leg.
Hello. If anybody's watching, you're not in New York.
I was like, I don't feel like wearing.
New York weather is confused. I don't know if it's the country, because all my friends in other states, they're like, oh, it's raining.
Yeah, I think we going through something right now. Everybody angry and mad and uptight. So
even
we getting cold weather.
Even Mother Nature.
Yes.
She's like,
Yes.
That's what y'all doing to the children.
Girl, that's something. Children. That's something. Yes. Are you into like? You know what? I ain't even gonna bother with that.
No, you could bring it because I'm gonna cut it out real quick.
Okay.
Go ahead and ask so we can tell the people.
Are you into like politics like that?
No.
Okay.
I am. I'm like a lurker. But I'm not. Because then it gets inside my spirit.
Yes.
And I had to stop. At one point, really, I probably was more into it. 9/11 killed it. I was like, I'm done. And I can't watch the news. So I watch the news in the morning. I catch, because I got to know if the earth is still dead. I want to know that I could walk out my house today and what I should wear. And now what the little one should wear, you know? Can he wear his rain boots? Because that's all he want to wear. Can I wear my rain boots? No, it's sunny. So I watch the news in the morning. I get the download on what's going on. And luckily I pray in the morning too, because I get to purge all that stuff.
Yeah.
And so, yeah. And then social media, unfortunately, you scroll.
Yeah, that's me.
No. Oh my God, I can't believe what I saw this afternoon about Cardi B hashtag I'm doing it for Junior or for Junior, Justice for Junior. And I didn't hear the story.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't hear the story, but guess what? I saw the story because I saw the video scroll for Junior. Oh, my God.
See, that's the dangerous part, I think, about social media. You know, the things that's
on. You can't be naive.
Yeah.
You can't be naive. And if you tell me you're naive, and if you act like you're naive, you act like you don't know, I'm upset.
Yeah.
I'll be upset. Because you know. You on your phone like this all day.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
You know what's going on in the world.
Yep. And for me, I have to know because of this.
Right.
And
do you talk about the news? Tell me about your show. What, like when you don't have a guest, or when you, even when you have a guest, do you use
when I try to, whenever I don't have a guest, which was really like the last show I did because I always have a guest. It was myself, Cruz, and Sean, and we, just talked about what they was doing for Father's Day. There was a woman in my hometown who jumped off a bridge and committed suicide. And I also went to a concert, so I tried to recap some of those things to keep people up to date on what was going on and everything. But I do want to incorporate that more, but at the same time, I'm very much into politics, but I haven't touched it yet because, like I was telling my mother when I first started the show, I don't know how to verbally address it yet without being nasty because of the things that I see with the current administration and everything, and with everything that's going on, especially the things with immigration and police brutality and things like that. I haven't touched it yet. I want to, but I don't know how to address it without being nasty. And I always feel that God blessed me with this platform. So for me, and I believe when God blessed me with it, when we had the conversation, me and God, he said, I'm giving you this platform, but I want you to use it to help people. I don't want you attacking people. I don't want you bringing people down. I want you to empower, inspire, and bring people to a different place and out of the negativity.
Well, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to go into coaching mode. Just because you think your perspective would be negative, it doesn't mean it is. If you're bringing people the news, your job in that space is to talk about the news. Talking about the news as a journalist, you know I could coach anybody. It's the sad part. Just talking, and I go, like, my mother be like, really? My brother be like, I ain't your client. But I think you need to do it because it's not... you're blessing somebody by talking about the outrage. Right. Somebody who may be following you and who may love to hear your voice wants to hear all of you and wants to know what you're thinking. Right. And it doesn't have to come off as negative or angry. It's just your perspective, right? You ain't gonna go out here and bust down the door.
In this world right now is so sensitive. They'll hang you for sneezing wrong.
I know, but guess what? Guess what? It's you can't you can't be afraid of what someone who may not agree with you, and if you're afraid because you think they won't listen to you anymore or they won't follow you anymore, they're not for you. Let them go. They weren't for you. If you can't be authentic, if you can't be unapologetic about your thoughts, opinions, and who you are, that's not your audience. Right. So let it go. Do it. Pull up the website. Pull up the news. Tell me what you think about this. But you should. You don't let the thought. Oh, I say to my clients all the time, when we narrow down who your target audience is, right? You can find, when you're looking for clients, when you're looking for people who want to, you could be an empowering person with a social conscience. So you can say what you want. Right. It's okay. It's all right. But because it's the Nina Monique show. It's not the empowerment hour. Right. And then so all you gotta do is be. You didn't think Oprah was telling people about themselves? Hello.
Yeah.
Oprah was talking about news. She was talking about, she still do. Yeah. She did a video about these children. Yeah. Right? Yep. But she's Oprah. She's still a billionaire. Her money didn't go down after she did that video against Trump.
Very true.
Do you unapologetically? On the next episode, we gonna have. On the next episode, we gonna have.
Well, one thing I am doing for the next show, because I love my black and brown, men and everything. So I'm doing the month of July called Black Men of Excellence.
Ooh, I love it.
Where I'm gonna have men of color
every week.
Where I'm gonna have men of color in different fields come on and talk about what they're doing, their journey of how they got to where they are, to empower and inspire other young men of color who may be watching, and the things that they do for the community that get shine but may not get as much shine as I think it deserves, because when the media portray us or our men, it's always something negative. And it's like
So you can't have, in the whole month of July, if this is what your purpose is, you can't have any of those conversations without getting angry.
Yeah, I know.
There won't be a guest that's not gonna come out here and say, yeah, we need to change these killings in these streets, or we need, we need to support young men, and so come on, change.
Oh yeah,
bring it.
Oh, I am. It's
don't be shy.
It's inside. I'm just waiting on that time, and I think for July, that's when I want to bring it out. Yeah. I really, really do, because I love the gentlemen that I have coming on the show. They're wonderful individuals. I met them in person, and I admire what they do. So I definitely want to share their views and who they are with my followers and listeners.
Ask them about the hashtag #MeTooMovement. How do they support the women?
Yes, that's a very big thing right now going on.
I don't touch it.
It's like it's so much to go along with that.
It's too much. I shared an article months ago in the We Are Women on the Rise group about it, and I mentioned that I think I did. Either I was thinking it or I mentioned it, or the article resonated with me because what I believe the lady was talking about was her relation to the Me Too movement was not necessarily about getting those really personal attacks or touching or like in my face type of thing, except that, you know, growing up in Brooklyn, I grew up in Brooklyn, Crown Heights, Brooklyn, and I grew up in Crown Heights on in Ebbetsville, so I would have to walk up Franklin Avenue 5 blocks.
Oh, I know Franklin on the 2 or the 3 train.
Up the Ave. Yep, 2 to 3. I'd have to walk up the Ave, and back then I was really slender and shapely and really a number. So you know, no matter what I wore, no matter, you walk up the Ave and it's like, hey. The cat calling, and well, I didn't want you anyway, or you know, when you ignoring me, and then you know somebody throw a chicken bone at you or something like that. So I think everybody has been touched by Me Too, and whether we some women that think it's crazy why the women take so long to come out with all these different celebrities that are getting their just due, or why they take so long. Do you? Because they finally dealing with it.
Exactly.
Because they finally have a voice. We finally have a leg to stand on where maybe we'll get heard and believed. All right, but let's not talk about Me Too.
But it's true. Like,
it's true. Everyone, even the people that are sitting out here saying they were not affected, they have been affected. Absolutely.
Oh,
they suppressed it. You suppressed so much of the bad things that have occurred in your lifetime. And I remember, I don't even want to bring her up. I was going to say Roseanne Barr. I'm saying it. I remember
See, I don't have nothing nice to say.
But I remember when she came out with her story of being molested. She was in her 30s. When she came out with it, people were nasty. Like, yeah, right. Like, why she waited so long? And she said, because I didn't remember till now. And now I'm telling. I'm like, I can get it. I get that.
Yeah. It takes a lot of courage to talk about something traumatic like that. So I do applaud those women who, you know, are speaking up about it.
Absolutely.
And I think for most of the world, it's more of a shock because it's the favorite celebrity, you know, that it involves.
Yeah.
So it's like, but
except Harvey Weinstein, I see everybody hated him.
Oh yeah.
I see everybody's like, boop.
Yep. It's a lot. Like I said, it's a lot going on.
And getting back to corporate America, you don't hear about it.
No.
And I'm just waiting for that day. Women are, guys, I'm waiting for the day that there's a big shakeup in corporate America over Me Too. I think corporations.
I say give it about another year.
No, I don't think it'll ever come out. I think corporations have built such an ironclad. What do you sign? The thing.
Oh, that confidential.
All that stuff, right?
Because they make you sign that as soon as you walk in the door.
Yeah. They make you sign it as soon as you walk in the door. HR is really not for you, and as soon as they see you starting that, they're gonna put you in a room. You're gonna be gone, or you're going to be told how to handle the situation.
Right.
It's unfortunate.
You can't win in this world.
Sooner or later, some big shoe is gonna drop. out of Wall Street.
Oh yeah.
I'm waiting for it. Ooh.
By that time, I'll probably be sitting here like, I knew that person was crazy.
I
knew it.
I know.
I knew that too. I
Here
knew him, and I
Here
knew
it
her.
is.
Here
Here
it goes.
Yep. I'm not surprised.
Oh yeah. Listen, it's a whole lot of stuff that's going on in this world right now, and I think everybody is starting to slowly pull the covers off, and everybody just being put on the spot now. That's why I always say you gotta be careful with everything. Everything.
But you know, a lot of things make me feel like we're regressing though. In like in our civil liberties, in our freedom. It's so weird how I feel like, are we going back? What is about to happen?
I went to an event last week. Actually, last week with someone. Her name is Shonda Smith, and she's from the Innocence Project, which they're going to be on my show because September I'm going to have exonerees on to talk about this story. So she asked me to go to an event with her to talk about. It was not a play, but it was similar to a play, and it was called Racism in America. I forgot the exact name of it. And it was a part in there where they was talking about how we was progressing, for example, when Dr. King was here. And then, you know, all the accomplishments that he made, and we was progressing.
Right.
And then when he died, it's like we took steps back. And then he was saying, now, come into 2018, you know, we was before this current administration, we was progressing a little bit. Then after the last administration, and with the new one we have, now we taking steps back again.
You know, it's controversial, and that's why I don't talk about it. But I think that we didn't progress as much as we think we did. I think maybe sometimes they let us believe we're progressing, but the laws never changed.
Yeah. Yes.
So that when this guy got in place, it's magic for them again.
Yes.
It's like, but that's the way the law is.
Yep.
That's the way the Constitution is.
That's what he was talking about too.
This is
it's all written in the Constitution.
He's like, okay, he's lying, you know, he's a liar. But a lot of it wasn't amended.
That's what he was talking about.
Whose state just got really rid of slavery? Well, wasn't that like literally a month ago, where the don't let me. You see, we not talking about politics. I'm gonna act like the 2-year-old. No,
see, that's what I'm saying. It's a lot that go into that, and again, it's like for me verbally, it's like I don't know if I'm ready to touch on it the way I want to, because it's so much that go along with it. And from the event that I was just speaking about, I thought I knew a lot, but when this guy was talking, his name was Jeffrey Robinson, and he was just naming everything, and I was like, I knew about that, but I didn't know that's why I went. I didn't know that happened, but that explains why this happened. And it was just like a lot, and it was overwhelming at a specific time of the show. But I was like, I want to talk about it, but I just feel like I have to make sure I'm completely ready for it, because when I go in, I'm gonna go in.
You don't have to, though. You only got a 2-hour show. So you spend 10 minutes on a topic, and then you keep it moving.
Yeah.
You know, you pose the
But
current
see, if
event.
I include somebody like Cruz, it's going to last the whole show. Right, Cruz?
That's why you stay in the back. He's a filler for when you need space. But he can still stay in the back. But you want that. You want that commentary. I love watching the videos, and I don't listen to them because I don't listen to the radio either. Maybe. But if I listen to the radio in the morning, maybe it's Tom Joyner. Sophisticated morning radio. Because I'm sophisticated. But the Breakfast Club?
I love Charlamagne.
Love is a strong word.
That's who some of the things that he talk about, especially when it comes to politics and, you know, some current events. I love the way he delivers it.
It's things I could take from him, and it's things I could leave from him. Just like anybody. I'm not connected to nobody but God, 100%, right? So it's like whatever. But when I watch their clips that show up on my feed or whatever, or if I'm on YouTube, it'll bring them up. And I watch some things. I like the dynamic between them in the room.
Yeah.
You know? You have that dynamic where everyone has a different voice.
Yeah.
So that's good. And they learn something different. And they'll tell him when he dumb. They'll tell him when he needed to shut it up.
Yeah.
You might be the cash cow in the building, but shut it up. You're dumb.
Yeah.
And you need that. You need to surround yourself with people that'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
You need to surround yourself with people that'll give it to you like it is. Having yes men all around does nothing for your growth.
Yeah. Speaking of that, how many you with your team, how many is there, and do they all bring like their own ideas to Women on the Rise, or is it just strictly all you?
Yeah, it's all me. It's all me. But I have a strong board of advisors that I go to, and the list goes long. At the end of the day, it's still me. Yeah. And then I let Natasha do more telling me what to do than anybody else. Everyone else is like advisory, they're sounding board, we're partner collaborators, we help each other's platform, things like that. Natasha's really the one that is the full administrative business behind me.
Oh, okay. Before, it's 4/11, before, the show
That's
comes
my birthday, by the way, 4/11.
Oh, nice.
Anytime that number comes, like, I see 411 all the time.
Nice. What's the 411? Yeah.
Son,
Mary J.
Let me know, son. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, yeah. I like having fun with people. This is fun. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I also wanted to talk about your book. Cruz, the pictures that I have, can you show them one more time? I'm sorry. So, yes.
I brought one with me, so in case Cruz didn't have pictures, I was going to have them up anyway. You didn't have to tell me.
And
there it is.
Yeah.
Life Balance for the Women on the Rise. It is an anthology. I have 6 authors that wrote about 5 topics, 5 areas of life. And although the book is called Life Balance for the Women on the Rise, and you would think it's about balance and what is this balance? First thing we tell you is that calm down. There's no such thing, right? Like, calm down. Yes, there really is no balance. Feeling balance,
right?
Feeling like your life is on an even keel is really just about prioritizing your life,
right?
Knowing your values, knowing who you are, and what it is you want to get out of life. And knowing when to place.
Hold that picture
things.
right. Oh, I'm sorry. The one that saved the date. Can you go back to that one? Go ahead. That one.
Yes.
Yeah. So go ahead.
So it's really about knowing when things should strategically happen in your life. I used the example about a mother with children who also wants to be an entrepreneur, perhaps wants to go to school. You know that the summertime might not be the best time because your kids are home.
Yes.
Unless your kids go away and then they're living somewhere else. You know, West Indians, we'll ship a child away in a minute. But you know, some kid is going to stay with somebody on an island. Some, I don't do that.
Best of both worlds, America and
yes, go walk under a tree with your feet, with your shoes, no shoes on.
I would love that, honestly.
Not me.
No. Oh.
I'll take a pool and a mojito, please. But it's really knowing when things should happen, right? Should I be taking summer classes? No. you know you're going to be on vacation. You know you're going to be having rooftop parties, going to this event, going to that event. You got to know, really, in your personal life, what's important to you. Socializing and going out, summertime, if you're a summer person, you know those things are important to you. Don't put stuff in your schedule, in your lifetime, in that season. Every season, it's up to you to rejigger what your priorities are. That's all it is.
Right. I agree. Totally agree. That's the previous book. The new book you have coming out, that's similar to this one, right?
It is also an anthology. Yes, it's public information. It's public information. I forgot. I forget. Yes, so our next book coming out to be released in October. Hopefully we'll launch the weekend of the expo. It is called, you had a picture of that too, when we did the call to action looking for authors for that anthology.
Oh, yeah.
The business success strategies. No, it's the book with the one with the iPad.
Oh,
the book cover. No, I'm sorry, not that one. It's another one. It's called Business Success Strategies. Yeah,
is that the only one I have?
It's just the book cover and the iPad for the Business Success Strategies. My picture's on the cover. I did. I did see it stream by. Yes. That's just a mock-up. That was just a teaser cover. That's not the actual final cover. But the book is called Business Success Strategies. So with our first book, we're really talking about the personal self and giving you tips and strategies to help your personal life. And so this book is really helping you with your business. Right. So for the entrepreneurial woman who is just looking for some tips and strategies to succeed in their business. I'm so excited. Guess who's in the book?
I participated in writing the book.
This one right here.
I have a lot to share. It's been quite a journey for me, and I definitely wanted to share it. My therapy.
Yes. Writing is therapy.
Yes.
No matter what you're writing, it doesn't matter.
Yes.
Write, journal. They say, journaling.
I have a lot of those.
I'm not a good journaler. I'm a good planner.
Yes, and you also have a planner.
I plan. So I'm like real. I go extra with certain things. So in writing, for me, it's like I can't just write. Oh, today I had watermelon, and today I drove in traffic on the Cross Bronx. I was so angry, but I didn't have traffic. It wasn't much traffic today at all. But so I find it hard to journal. Oh no, I don't find it hard. I'm scared. Can I tell you? Can we be honest? Because for a long time, and I think I went to a spiritual class with Pastor Casey.
Yes.
Who was here, who was a guest here, right? So I went to one of her spiritual therapy classes, and I've come to realize and can now admit that I'm scared to journal, or have been scared to journal because I'm afraid to tell the truth. And I'm afraid that someone else will see it.
Like they say, the truth shall set you free.
Yes. And it's not like bad truths. It's just like, oh my God, I don't want people to know. Everything in my soul. Let's leave that to God. He knows and He hears because He's within me. So what I need to write it for? But you do. It's important to write it. It's important to memorialize your feelings, express it, let it out, and release it, right?
That's why I like to write, simply because I could, let all of that out. Exactly. That's what it is.
It's a purge.
Yes. Sometimes I look back at it and I'm like, wow, I wrote that. I was going through something. Seriously going through something. So I definitely, can relate to that.
Yeah. It is a therapeutic thing. So I don't do it
Thank you, Cruz.
daily, but I will do it every now and then when it's necessary, and it helps me.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yes.
But I'm a planner. I like to plan.
Can we talk about your planner?
Let's talk about my planner.
Yes. So, I love what you're doing with that, and I can't wait to get my copy because I'm gonna order it and I want it. Because one, I love to plan stuff. Like, I'm looking for something, not just like a regular planner, but something with a purpose, because you included spiritual.
Yes.
Something spiritual in
yours.
Yes.
So my planner is called Plan, Pray, Prosper. Yes. And it's so funny because a minister had to think about my title when I introduced her at the Pastor Casey's class or workshop that I attended. And she was like, funny how you add plan first, because I'm a planner by nature. But I know that I am faith led. Like, I know what strengthens me. I know from where I came from and where I'm going and who is guiding me, right? And so I found that in the past and at times maybe I was like forgetting. It's not that you don't pray. I'm Catholic, by the way. Preference. I don't know why I always preference that, because Catholics are not boring, but I think they are a little bit
crazy.
So I always say I'm Catholic, so you know, I don't pray eloquently, loudly, and you know, boldly. We're just like, hello, and we're like, hello, thank you, Jesus.
But I think that's very important, you know, if you believe, for people who believe in God, to, you know, give prayer when they first wake up, or, you know, with anything, because that sets the tone for your day, in my opinion.
Yes. And that's why I incorporated it into my planner, because I look at my planner, and because I am trying to work on myself, and through a planner, I was sometimes not reading my scripture, right? Sometimes I would be in the midst of despair in my business or in my career or my personal life, and I know I needed a scripture or a prayer. So I would call my prayer warrior stepmom or godmother, and I would be like, can we pray? And she would just drop a prayer on me. And I can't do that. I don't have that skill and ability to just come off with some dope poetic prayer, right? I tell her it's poetry. So I enlisted her help to write out some prayer focus. And I created it for myself. I didn't create it for the world. Right. I created it for me, because I wanted a book that I could plan, do my to-do list, write out my praying requests. So that is my praying. It's like part planner and prayer journal, right, all in one. And so and now I created just a planner, and then after a while I was like, I'd be at work and I'm like, I wish I had this in my planner with me. And not that it was big and that I couldn't carry it around, but I didn't, because I didn't want people seeing my writing. So leave it at home. So then I created a wall calendar that had the prayer focus on it, and the scripture for that month. And then I was like, wouldn't it be great if I could just walk around with the scriptures and the prayer focus on like a little flashcard? But I did a workshop, and I purchased the bread cards. Have you ever seen like the bread the little cards? I'm like, I could use that with my planner. And so I developed pocket cards.
Charles, you could get Cruz again. You could get Cruz again, please. Thank you.
You want me to show the planner? Well, I got a planner right here.
Yep.
Can y'all see the planner?
Oh no, I'm saying, can you go get them? Oh, thank you.
Did you know how to work the controls? He was like, he's gonna go out there and like, you were gonna work the controls. All right, you've been here before. You could do a little.
Could you put one of the pictures back up? I'm sorry.
So I created this. I created it.
It's the one with all the books. It's
It's the Plan, Pray, is the spiral book, not that one.
Not that one.
Is the spiral book laying down by itself, maybe, or the one with two books on top of each other?
That one. Yeah,
that's the cover. So that again, I created it for myself, and then started giving it to my clients, because I am not just a faith-based coach, but I do learn from my clients if they're spiritual, if they believe in God or something. And once they agree and they are okay with it, then I would gift them a copy.
Right.
And then somebody would want to buy it for someone else. And I'm like, oh, I could make something of this. I'm like, that's pretty cool. Thank you. I'm like, okay. So I went through a couple of iterations of versions. Like, this is not even the version that's coming out.
This is like just a rough draft?
It is. It's scratch. And I don't even want to show you inside.
Let me
see. I can't.
Let me see.
It actually looks nothing like this anymore.
Let me see.
I can't. Because it's so different. So
I like it.
And if you go to the website planprayprosper.com, you'll actually get to see what the latest version will look like that we're having produced for this year. So you get inside the planner, we give you first of all, it starts off with a SWOT analysis. A SWOT analysis is a if y'all can't even see, let me stop playing.
No, but you
No,
she don't. I don't have.
I don't even think they have.
Yeah,
you don't have the inside.
Yes.
So the SWOT analysis is something I do with my clients when we start off, and we have them. You see, I started scratching out what to do, what not to do, how people's going to use it, how how big should they write, and all that jazz.
But I would definitely like something like this because, prayer focus, and I would love something like this.
So it changed a little bit. You're still gonna get, so my big thing when I'm coaching people is for them to understand where they are and where they're going, and looking at what I call your roadmap, looking at the full picture of your month, writing out all the to-dos that you know you have to get done this month. And when you look at your month, you're gonna know.
Did you get
you're gonna know right away if you should be accepting other tasks this month. Sort of like the bulletin board that's up there, right?
Yep.
You know you can't take anything on Wednesday the 2nd because there's something in there already.
Right.
So it really helps you look at the big picture. It's super important that people understand and know that, yes, you have your phone. I still put everything in my phone too, but you skip that too. I just realized I had an appointment Wednesday night at 8 o'clock, a call. I skipped it. I forgot. A business call, and I missed it. And I'm so upset with myself. I just realized it last night. And I'm like, ooh, that's not good.
With phones, it's like we become too comfortable with these. And I think going back to something like this, in my opinion, would teach us how to be a little bit more responsible because we rely too much on this.
Too much.
And if we lose this, it's the end of the world.
Yeah.
Whereas if you had this, it's home somewhere safe possibly, and you can go back to it.
Right.
So,
and then imagine going. I keep all the stuff. I have Philoflex. Do y'all remember the Philoflex brand? I have my stacks of my This is how deep planning went for me back in the day. I have my old Philoflex. It's sad. I'm old too.
No.
So there's an area for your prayer focus for you to write out your prayer requests. We have a monthly self-reflection, so you can actually go back, think about what you really did well, what you didn't do well. In one of the iterations that was out before, it was a hot mess. We had the monthly sections all together, and then the weekly sections all together. We did so many focus groups. I should say. And
I love focus groups too. Those are fun.
I did. They're fun. So we got people to give us some feedback, and the number one feedback was, put the damn weeks with the months. What is wrong with you? And I don't even want to go into explaining everything. But so now we've consolidated some pages. We added some things. You'll still have a little area for you to write your goals and your prayer requests for the week. And then you get a scheduler. A scheduler for you to actually write down what you're doing every hour or however you want to do it, right? Oh. And so that you know the things that you're doing, is it in alignment with the things that you're telling God that you want?
Right.
Let's be real. You telling God you want stuff, a lot of us do that. We tell God what we want, but then when we look back, when we think back, what'd you do this week?
Yep.
Has nothing to do.
Exactly.
Has nothing to do with what we sitting crying, asking God for, and why you not doing it.
Like they say, if you're going to ask for something, you have to be ready to do the work to get it.
Get ready to do the work.
Because he's just not going to give it to you. You have to see that you're serious.
You got to work.
So, yep.
You got to work. So I revamped the planner. And so right now we're accepting and we're asking for pre-orders. We're not accepting. We're asking you guys to pre-order your planner kit. If you go to the website, www.planprayprosper.com, and order your planner kit, we are going outside of our comfort zone. I was producing the planner kits in the U.S. and I was having these big books printed, and I had the calendar done. I didn't do the cards in that version because it was just too costly.
Right.
And it cost me so much money to put that box together that I had to take that price to give it to someone else. I couldn't do it.
Right.
I didn't want to do it.
Right.
And when I met the lovely ladies of HSN last year and I pitched to them, the first thing they told me when they saw everything was go to China.
Right.
And so we had to take the product, and we're getting it manufactured offshore. And because of that, they have these large minimums. Yeah. And so because of that, we have a huge amount of inventory.
Oh, wow.
That we need to purchase, that I have to purchase. And so we're trying to get the pre-orders in now to help us raise some funds. So I'm like going crazy trying to create campaigns everywhere outside of social. Trying to hit up some bloggers out there, trying to just spread the word because I have a deadline. I'm trying to say we have to get 175 minimum pre-orders like now. So it's awesome, and it's in this version of the kit. Because we get to go offshore and because things are so phenomenally priced, the minimums are high and your bulk quantity will be high, but it is a fraction of what you spend
in the U.S.
And that's just maybe just because it's the paper goods. You know, everyone wants shop U.S., made in U.S., but you can't do everything here at a cost-effective rate for you to really get a proper rate return, right?
That's what was happening with my clothes. Like, I wanted them done here, and the women who was helping me, Kim and Janet, they was like, "Oh no, we going overseas." Yeah. So I was like, "Okay,
you have
and
to.
It is cheaper."
But guess what? Have you watched Shark Tank lately? Every single one of them will tell you, why you doing it here. It's noble. And they tell the people that manufacture in the U.S. that you're noble and you're awesome. But really the scale. Yeah.
You'll spend $1, that's for sure.
And to keep your prices competitive, because these big companies, they're not staying here.
I agree.
They're not manufacturing here. You know, it's a noble thing to want to do it. But so the kit, not only does it come with the planner, the wall calendar, and the pocket cards, scriptures, affirmations, 31 days of affirmations, so you could get a new one every day.
Nice.
52 weeks of scripture, so you can have a new scripture every week.
So you get the planner, but not this.
Not this very version, but right. You'll get a planner, 200 pages.
And you said the calendar.
The wall calendar.
And the cards.
The pocket cards, which is the scripture, the 12-month prayer focus, 52 scriptures, and 31 days of affirmations. And then we added some fun things. Because, the planner community, they're wild. They're like fun things. I know this is a Christian planner more so, but they like to mark up and have a cute planner. So we added a
that's cute,
heart-shaped paper clip.
I like
we added 2 heart-shaped paper clips to help you keep your position.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It helps you keep your place because there aren't because it's a spiral notebook. Because it's a spiral notebook, that we couldn't have a bookmarker, a last tassel or whatever. So we added the paper clip for you.
I thought that was something you had at home and you was like, let me put this on a book. But that comes,
no, and then
that's cute though.
And then you'll just you can keep the heart this way or you can keep the heart facing you.
That's cute.
So
I like that.
Cute. I love it.
I like that. You got pins too to go with that, or
we didn't get pins because my manufacturer couldn't add pins.
Okay.
But in the version that I was making myself, I had everything: pins, candles, T-shirts. It was too much. But we also added stickers. Because people in the planner community like stickers. Because it's an undated planner. Let me just remind everyone, it's an undated planner. That means, and I'm going to tell you why I did it undated. One, because I'm doing a large order for the first time. Let's be real. I got to sell 1,000 planners, and I don't know when I'm going to sell them.
Right.
And so I couldn't get something that was 2018, right, for 1,000. So I created stickers for the days. So you'll be able to stick your days.
Nice.
And then I have stickers for the month, the title of the month. And then I have a couple of pages of inspirational stickers. Just some sayings to help you stay positive and affirmed and blessed.
I'm going to have fun with this because I'm a sticker fanatic. Oh, my God. When I was little, I had my own sticker albums. And I used to... They should have been in the sticker album, but I used to stick them all over the house. And my mother would be like, I got you the sticker album so you don't be putting these all over the house. But I love them.
I know children like you. That's why I refuse to let Josh do certain things. They don't know boundaries. You're like, here's a paper and a pen right on the paper, and it's on the wall. I can't. I won't. The markers, the crayons.
Oh, yeah. Yes,
I'm like, how is Josh ever going to learn to write? Because
I love stickers. I love them. I think they're just so much fun, especially like if they have to do with clothes and shoes and pocketbooks and things like that.
Yeah, you're the fashionista.
My mother used to buy me the big sticker albums, and she used to be like, okay, you're going to put your stickers in here. I don't want to see them on the wall or anything like that. In the book, Nina, in the book.
No behavior.
Put it all on. She said not the wall, but so I would put it like on the rail of her bed or something. And she used to get so mad, like, didn't I tell you, put it in the book? And I'm like, it looked cuter there.
I'm sure when y'all moved and when y'all would get rid of stuff, it'd be like, stickers here.
Yeah. Oh, my God. And I still love stickers, especially, like, if they're colorful and if they have a meaning behind it.
It's not too colorful because I didn't make it colorful. They're black and white. But
it's a meaning behind it. And like you said, when you at work or something and you need that source of inspiration, if you have your planner with you or if you have a sticker somewhere, where you could go back to it and read it so people don't get on your nerves, you're like, okay, let me calm
That's
down.
The whole point. That's the whole point of the kit and the pocket cards. Because when you're in corporate America and you need to say, who's up, but you should walk away. You grab that when tensions are high.
Yes.
When your anxiety is high.
Yes.
It's for you.
Yes. Definitely. And you said everyone could pre-order at
www.planprayprosper.com.
Yes.
Yes.
So with the you have the conference, you have your ambassador program, you have your live chat, you have your book coming out, you have your website. What's next for Women on the Rise?
We start our second half of the year. So we split up the year for 2 masterminds. One, in the beginning of the year, we do the Plan, Pray, Prosper accountability program. And that's sort of a mastermind. And that's because at the beginning of the year, that's when you're really deep into planning. And you're like you want to open up your fresh planner for the year. And so we do the planning mastermind just to help people stay focused on their goals. And then in the second half of the year is where we do our business mastermind. So it's for women that are starting or growing a business, want to join a community, and need resources. So every month we're going to talk about things like branding, marketing, social. We start off with coming out the gate. We start off with mindset.
That's the first thing.
Number 1.
Yes. Your mindset have to be there.
Number 1. We don't go to sales. Don't come to me telling me how do I make more money. We don't do that.
Yep. You
Calm
have to
down.
have the mindset to do
and
it.
even people think, well, I've been in business. I have a business and I've been in business.
I don't mean anything.
No. Let's talk about your mindset. So if you've been in business, what you been doing? How you doing? How's that working?
Yep.
Okay. How's that working for you? Let's talk about your mindset.
Yep.
Let's work on that. Really get our feet grounded in knowing each other as a group, and doing some cool things we have expert speakers who'll be coming in talking about all of those fields. I mean, I'm great, but I'm not the jack of I'm not like the jack of all trades. So we do have people that I turn to for my guidance in those areas. They'll be coming in to do training with our entrepreneurs in our mastermind. So that starts in July.
Okay, that's right around the corner. That's what, 2 weeks from now?
Tomorrow. It's like right around the corner, right? This year is flying by.
Yes, it'll be Christmas before you know it. Going into 2019.
Don't say. Gotta go shopping. And Josh's birthday is December 31st.
Ooh.
So it's like boom, 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 boom.
Yeah. Oh, he gonna love. Oh, I know he loved that. Right?
Oh,
Christmas,
he loves
birthday,
life.
New Year's, and then before that you got Thanksgiving. So he's good.
He's good.
That's the life.
I said, well, at least I know he'll always have a party for his birthday.
Oh yeah.
New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
There's always a party.
And I'm glad you brought up your son too, because with everything that you have going, how do you balance that to have time for yourself and not to go crazy? Because it's hard to multitask.
Multitasking is killing America. It's killing people. We've gotten into this mentality that we should be doing everything at the same time, and corporate America's they're the ones that put that on us.
Yeah.
Because they want more out of you and more out of you. They're taking away your money, and they're telling you if you happy to get the dollar we giving you, so
you're gonna be here.
More.
It's not X,
right?
You gonna do it,
right?
Yeah.
So they'll get rid of half the team and then give you all the work and ask you, why isn't it done?
Right.
Bye. But I have a team. I have a team for everything. Okay. And you better get a team for everything. My parents, my family, they're so super supportive. They are my backbone, really. And he's always with them, like right now. And I give him quality time, even if it might not be the most time because I work, and then I have to come to things like this and go to events often, go to conferences, go away for business at times too, for my job. So the time we spend together is quality time. I tune out. Either we he got his iPad and I got my phone if it's work time, if I need to have that time, but we just spend quality time together.
Because I know especially for women who may have kids, they'll, again, from being in corporate, I hear them say, I would like to have my own business, but I don't have time. I'm a mom, I'm a wife.
Well, That's not true because your kid should be in your business. If that's what you want, there are ways for you to do it where your children should be. Let me tell you, I will show you a video after just to make you laugh. My son thinks he's a star. He wants to be on the video because he sees me doing lives, right? He'll want to jump in on the act, and he wants to get on the live. Was it last night? He said, "Mommy, I want to do a video to teach my lesson. Can you turn on the video?" So I turned on the video for him, and he said, he's 3 years old. "Welcome to class, everybody. Today I'm teaching you how to write." And I was shocked. So they're watching. And what better
that
gift
legacy.
are you, that legacy. What better gift and what better legacy are you building than to bring them into the fold, right?
My grandmother did that with me. Yes.
It's super important. Education is key. Entrepreneurship is better. Half the my boss that hired me for this company, I was telling him, I think I'm going for my master's. He was like, "You're dumb. What are you doing that for? That's a waste of your money." And it's true in technology, because technology, you learn the vocation. And that in itself is your experience.
Right.
Now, obviously, corporations wanted to know your tenacity, because education shows that you have staying power, right? That you commit. That's all it shows.
Right.
It don't show your skills and your knowledge, because you got the dumbest people walking around here with high degrees, right? So it's not about knowledge. It's about tenacity. Can you stick it through? Are you committed?
Not to cut you off, but it's like, I feel like everybody's starting to catch on to that now. Like,
everyone's telling you, "Oh, school is dumb." Why? You got to go to school. I want you to go to school, because that does show commitment. That does show that you could stick through something to complete something, right? So I think that's the real importance. And it gives you a foundation. It does give you a foundation if you're absorbing and certain behavioral traits that you will need in no matter where you go, right? So that's super important. And so you got to bring them in. You got to make sure that they feel that they're part of what you're doing. A lot of people come to me when they do have families. My family's not supportive. They're not supportive because you don't ask them to be. Because you don't make it about them too. Right. When you shut the door on them in that part of your life, they're not understanding. Right. So you do have to make people understand. My family think I'm crazy. I'm like, "Okay, I'm having an event. You coming?" "You're coming?" "You're coming." And they're like, "Yes." I started my nonprofit. They were the first and the only people that were there for everything. For everything. The fundraisers, the mission work that we did, hitting the street, handing out food to the homeless. They were there for everything. Oh, you need that.
Yes, you do. You really do. Marsha, I'm going to start wrapping up.
No, we can't wrap up. We're on a roll. We can't wrap it. Let's keep going. I didn't know I was going to like this.
Back, right?
Okay, I'll come back.
I would love for you to come back.
Anytime I will come back.
I want you to give the last 3 minutes, whatever it is that you want to say to people to empower them, to encourage them to go after their dreams, or whatever it is you want to say before we close out.
Okay. Damn, I didn't prepare. I didn't prepare for any of this conversation, which is what's so great about just coming and laughing and talking.
I love it.
But what are you waiting for? Right?
Yep.
What are you waiting for to do the things that you know will ultimately bring you joy, make you happy? And I don't just mean starting a business. I would love for you to start a business. And I would love for you to join the Women on the Rise Mastermind to let us help you with that journey, right? And to start and to build that business. But there's no such thing as perfection. Yep. A lot of people wait for perfection.
It's not.
Well, my website's not up because it's not right. You know, my this is not up because it's not right. I'm not ready for the backlash if people see it's not the top-notch professional. You know, we all want to be hoity-toity. We all want to be high-sedity. But let me tell you, the people cashing checks, they don't give a damn.
Yep.
I'm not going to name any celebrities. But you go to a bookstore, real bookstores. I'm not talking about out of the trunk of nobody's car. I'm talking about in Barnes and Nobles, you will find celebrity books with nothing but grammatical errors, with nothing but typos, and some crazy backward talking. And you read it and you're like, what? This person is a millionaire. And you're saying to yourself, like, what? Why am I waiting? Why am I waiting to release my first book? Because, oh my God, it's not perfect. Why am I waiting to just let people know I make the best cupcakes in the world? Let people know. And the other thing I tell people is stop looking to your family for that support. All these people, everybody, you know, they don't buy from me and they don't support me. And they shouldn't. They're not your target audience. Did you build or did you create that for that single person? No.
It took me a long time to get to that point.
Go out there. Go out there and find your audience. It's not your family.
Right.
I try not to beg my family to, but I just say you come in because I said so. But I know it's... I know, and they say okay. They say okay.
I'm not asking. I'm telling.
That's it. There's a difference. But I try not to ask them to spend money. But when it comes to the money, and then you get real personal because you're not buying from me, you're not spending on me. They not for you. First of all, your family know you. They thinking, so since when you was all the motivation?
Right. Yeah.
They don't know you. They. You live amongst them, but sometimes they don't really know you.
Right. Yep.
And so stop looking to them to be your sale.
Right. I agree. It took a long time for me to actually accept that. Yeah.
Me too. I would be like, I wonder if they're going to buy for me.
Yeah.
I still haven't asked any of them to buy my planner kit in the pre-orders.
No.
It's too much. Every day we're doing something.
Well, I also want you to tell everyone your website. I want you to tell everyone again about your live chat when they could catch it. Your social media handles, because you got a lot, and I want this to be, I want people to be out there with it.
Thank you. So the website, again, there's two websites. It's www.
And I put it up on my Instagram too.
.womenontheriseny.com. That's all things Women on the Rise. You'll hear, learn about the speakers of the conference there and all the services that we provide. You'll read more about the mastermind on that website as well. And then the planner kit is at www.planprayprosper.com. And that's where you'll get to see the pages that are inside the planner kit and purchase your pre-order for the kit to be released between... Right now we're like so in advance. It was supposed to be September, but it looks like August. So I'm like, oh my God. So buy.
August.
Buy.
Okay.
Order your planner kit today. Thank you. And social media, you can find us on Instagram. You can find us on Facebook at Women on the Rise NY. And on Twitter at WOTRNY. Oh my God, I just signed up for the Instagram TV. Did you sign up for it?
Oh no, but I see it all the time. No,
you better get your Instagram TV on.
That Instagram TV.
Yes. You better sign up for the Instagram TV. I'll be on there.
Cool. That's when you're gonna start doing your live chats, or
listen, you going too far. I don't know.
I'm sorry.
Well, we're gonna slowly crawl into IGTV.
Okay.
But the live chats, they used to be all the time, like consistently. You'd find me on a Wednesday at noon. Now I'm just like balancing my life, and you'll see me when I find an amazing person that I need to bring to you.
Okay.
Or if I have something burning in my soul that I need to say to people, I'll get all my lives.
This is where you can find her singing before the person join the chat. So you can find her if you want to catch a hot tune. Go here. Go to the live chat.
I guess that's where Josh gets it from too. He likes to sing a tune.
Yes, if you want to hear a hot song, go watch her live chat. Yes.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you for coming. I greatly appreciate it. Yay. I've been trying to, we were supposed to have a show, but then the schedules got crazy. And then I was like, well, we got to do it because I need you on here.
Yes.
So I greatly appreciate you coming, and I can't wait to have you back. I'm going to have you come back. Reverend Casey.
Pastor Casey, yes. Let's have me and Rev in the room.
Yes, I would love that.
She's
because
my heart.
I think, she's a sweet person, very sweet, and I love what she's about and what she's doing. So I definitely want her to come back to the show, and we could probably do something, the three of us, a show, come up with something with talking about her tapping and talking about you with
Have
your
you seen me
book.
tapping with her online?
Yeah,
I've done the tapping.
And when she was here, she was talking about it, and she was explaining what it is. I was like, oh wait, you do that self-consciously and don't really even know it at times. Mm-hmm. So it's just for me, when I do it, it's in a way where I'm aggravated. Whereas with her, she teach you how to have it calm,
decelerate.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I definitely gonna have her back, and you come back, and we're gonna have a good show.
Oh, and in the planner kit, you get a simple meditation exercise that you should be able to do for like a minute just to start off. If you're a person that doesn't know how to meditate and you wanted to meditate, because it's really important that you spend that self-time, right?
Yes.
Meditating on scripture, meditating and freeing your mind. So we have that inside the planner kit.
Nice. Yeah, so everyone, I'll be posting up her contact information, like where to find her, where to get the planners, and where you could get more information about Women on the Rise and your conference coming up October 19th and 20th in New York, Long Island, right?
Yeah. Nope, it's in Queens at the LaGuardia Plaza Hotel.
And where can they get tickets for that?
They can go to Eventbrite. If you go to our website, www.womenontherise.ny.com, go to the Events Expo page, and there's a link for the tickets there.
I'll be posting that too on my page so everyone could keep up and, go check out this conference. I'll be there. And I can't wait. I can't wait. So again, thank you for coming. And to wrap up, as you heard me speak with Marsha, my next show, July 7th, I'm bringing in July, celebrating Black men of excellence, and the things that they do in their community, the things that they do as far as having their own business and how it's helping people. I definitely want to do something to honor them. So July 7th, the next show, Black Men of Excellence. So tune in, and thank you all for joining the show today. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Cruz, can you get Cruz?
That's Kiki for the people till Cruz gets in. Hi, Cruz.
Yes. Yes, so
this was so much fun. I'm going to come back.